Hey everybody, Zach here at etrailer.com. Today we're going to take a look at the Kuat NV 2.0 on our 2020 Toyota RAV4. This is going to be an excellent platform style bike rack. It's one of my favorites. It's definitely a favorite around here just because it's easy to use. It's very versatile because it can carry wheel mount style or carbon style bikes like I have here in a wheel mount style. Now, using a frame mount style bike rack with a carbon bike is not ideal because it creates too much stress on the frame. But this also works with electric bikes. It has a weight capacity up to 60 pounds. So that's pretty significant. There are electric bikes that weigh a little bit more than that. So if you can take that battery off to save some weight, also that saves some stress on the battery when you're going down the road. If that gets you below 60 pounds, it's going to be a really good bike rack for you. It also works with some fat tire bikes. If you have one of the larger width tires, like 5 inches, you will have to pick up a separate strap kit for that, but it will accommodate that if you get that additional piece. But this is just a really good bike rack. It looks good. It has really, it's pretty easy to use. To tilt this away, we can pull this lever right here, and that releases this down. We can tilt that away. See, we get good tilt there to gain access into this hatch. Got plenty of clearance there. It's kind of close to those handlebars. If you had some wider mountain bike handlebars, it might come close, but I mean, you still have several inches there. I think you're going to be just fine. Get that put back in place. And you can see it just real smooth there. It clicks to get back in place. I think that this is going to be a really easy way to get your bikes loaded up, especially if you have really nice bikes. It's held in place on this back tire with this strap here. We can get that released by pressing that button and then pull that down, and you can see when we don't press that button, it doesn't come up. So we'll get that out of the way. And that will go the entire width of this part of the tray there, so we can accommodate different wheelbase mounts. And then to get this hook here, we just press that button, just like that. So we can release that up, and then to get that put in place, it just ratchets down. So we'll get that up and out of the way, remove our bike. And if you take a closer look at this cradle here, you can see how it accommodates those different tire widths. So we have that center section there where that road bike tire goes. Then it gets a little bit wider for your standard mountain bikes, and you can see where it gets up to that fat tire size. Now, to secure your bikes, there is a cable lock in each tray that will wrap around our frame and lock back into itself. So there's one here and one on the opposite side for the bike closest to your vehicle. And that will be key to like with the lock that's down on the hitch. So it's nice that that's included. And then just stores back in place. There we go. So let's get some measurements real quick to show you how much this is going to add to the back of your vehicle. So from the rearmost point of our bumper, we're adding about 30.5 inches. Now this is the 2-bike version. It also comes in a 4-bike version. Now that's going to be a really big bike rack, but if you have the need to carry 4 bikes, it's going to function the same way. It's just going to add a lot of distance to the back of your vehicle. And it is very heavy, but it is a really good bike rack if you need to carry that many bikes. Get that strap out of the way, push that down. Get the closest point here. It's going to be right here. It's going to be about 6 1/4 inches. And then we get a nice raise on that platform there from that shank. I'll get the lowest point back here. I think that it's going to be probably this arm right here, which is at about 18.5 inches. So on this RAV4, I think we're going to have pretty good ground clearance there unless you're on some sort of really steep incline. Get this tilted up, put that in place. And then the nice thing about this release there to get this tilted up and folded up, a lot of the times there's either a pin and clip right here that you have to reach and pull. Sometimes on some of them there's a pin back here that you can get, or a lever. I like that style, but this one's cool because you can just put your foot there to release that and get that put back in place. Let's get the measurement here on how much we're adding to the back of our vehicle. And this is at about 13 inches. And then the closest point is going to be this cradle right here. And that is 2 3/4 of an inch. Now the ground clearance with that straight shank down here, that lowest point is about 9 inches. So you may come into contact there, but that's solid steel right there. This rubber coated handle right here is how we get this tightened up to our hitch. So this is a tool-free installation. We have the pin and clip that we put in place, and then this acts as our anti-rattle. So we get this tightened down with our hand. If you need a little bit more assistance, it does come with a tool that you can include or put there to get that tightened down. You can see that it takes all that shake and play. We get a nice solid connection at our hitch. Overall, I think this is a really good bike rack. It's going to accommodate those carbon bikes, but can also carry some of the heavier mountain or electric bikes. This comes in the Gunmetal Gray, but it also comes in black if you like that. And another thing that separates this bike rack is the repair stand. And this is nice if you're ever at the trailhead and you need to make some adjustments to your bike. You can just get that pulled up, release that, and you can get your bike up off the ground to make some adjustments. So that's a nice little added feature there. If you like this bike rack, but you don't think that this stand is necessary, the NV 2.0 base is also available. It's the same bike rack, it just doesn't have this repair stand, and it comes in a flat black. I like that bike rack a lot too. I think either way, regardless of the color that you go with, you're going to be pretty happy with it. But that's going to do it for our look at the Kuat NV 2.0 on our 2020 Toyota RAV4.
First, we'll take it onto our slalom course. This will show you the side-to-side action, such as making turns or evasive maneuvers. Now we're at the alternating speed bumps. This will show you how it looks driving on uneven pavement or potholes. Finally, we're at the solid speed bumps, which simulates going into your driveway or parking lots.